Hey Third Eye Tribe, and welcome back to Third Eye Tarot. So in today's video we'll be delving into another one of the minor arcana cards of the tarot, and we'll be doing a deep dive into the Nine of Wands. So the minor arcana cards of the tarot are known to emphasize the daily events, behaviors and choices made by an individual during this journey called life. So the cards are divided into 4 main suits, with each suit containing 14 cards. So in today's video, we'll be diving into the 9th card in the suit of Wands of the tarot, and that is called the Nine of Wands. So in the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, the Nine of Wands card shows an injured man holding tightly onto his wand. He is seen with 8 wands behind him, hovering over him. He seems to be very exhausted here, having already fought a battle, and is on the verge of winning, but now there is another addition to pre-existing challenges. It appears to be his last battle, but he needs to fight one more battle before reaching the finish line. He seems to be in very low energy, as he knows that he will need to use every ounce of his energy if he wants to win his last battle and come out victorious. When the Nine of Wands card appears in a tarot card reading, it signals a time for you in which you have to exhibit your zeal and strength to make the most out of your current opportunity. It symbolizes a time in which you are not expected to give up, and a time in which you'll have to prove yourself, very similar to the man pictured in this card. When this card appears in a tarot card reading, it shows your willpower to stand against all challenges in spite of all the struggles you have endured. It is a symbol of strength and may signify that even if you are exhausted, you still need to be determined enough to reach your goals and push forward. Each battle will be a test of your strength and patience, but over time with each challenge, you will indeed get stronger. It asks you to recognize who supports and encourages you, and to keep such people close, for they will be the ones who safeguard you from the obstacles of unknown terror and other negative forces in our life. But this card also asks you to guard your boundaries, get clarity on what you need, and make sure you put all necessary steps in place to reach your goals. So if this card is pulled in the upright position for a love-related reading, it can signal a time in which you and your partner have been going through a rough time, and perhaps this has taken away some of your energy. You might be feeling quite deflated and may even feel like throwing in the towel, but this card appearing here asks you to keep going and to rather gather yourself and push forward. It shows that you and your partner may have suffered disagreements and issues in the past, but now you'll need to dig deep and pull out your courage to push on forward in this partnership. For those who are single, this card appearing here for you can signal that perhaps you're still holding on to past loves or holding grudges against ex-lovers, and therefore it asks you to actually let go of all this past baggage and not to give up, for in time you will meet someone who's actually perfect for you and the way you are. If this card is pulled in the upright position for a career-related reading, it can signal a midway point of a battle that you're currently in terms of your career or any business-related matters. And at this time, you might be analyzing your energy levels as you've been through quite a rough patch at work, and now you're actually mentally calculating how you plan to fight the leftover of this battle. When it comes to money-related matters or financial matters, this card can suggest an unexpected expenditure that is shaking you to your core, so it signals to you here to act very carefully and to be very thrifty in your spending. If this card is pulled in the upright position for a health-related reading, it can suggest a time in which your current fight with an illness has eaten up most of your energy, but this card is also one of hope, for it signals to you that if you use your last bit of energy to keep pushing forward, you will eventually reach your recovery. For others, it can symbolize a time in which old or chronic illnesses might be likely to crawl back, and you might be experiencing some sort of reoccurrence of an old disease. So now I want to talk a little bit more about the Nine of Wands card in the reverse position during a tarot card reading. So when this card appears in the reverse position during a tarot card reading, it can signal a time in which you might be struggling to keep working towards your goals. The possible challenges that you might be facing may be giving you setbacks one after the other, and now your energy levels to push forward are really running low. Life for some might seem to be all about work and very little or no entertainment at all. So this card also asks you to avoid taking on any extra work onto your plate, just so that you don't constantly feel like you're burnt out. For others, this card can also signify a time of paranoia, and you might feel like everyone around you is out there to get you. You might feel that you are in a state of weakness and people are constantly waiting to attack you. It can show a time of fear and a time in which you might be really vulnerable. So if this card is pulled in the reverse position for a love-related reading, it can signal a time in which a lot of skeletons from the past may be popping up. But this card is also a symbol that if you want to be together with your partner, you'll both need to leave the past in the past and find a common ground so that you can both work together to move forward in this partnership. For those of you who have been hurt badly or have experienced some sort of physical abuse from your partner, it signals a time in which you may have not yet overcome this pain, and you may be giving up slowly on this love. For those who are single, this card can actually signal that you are finally making peace from all your past relationships and the pain that was associated with it, and you're now ready to give someone new a chance and to give yourself another chance. If this card is pulled in the reverse position for a career-related reading, it can signal a time in which you might be thinking that you're reaching nowhere in your job or your career. You might be feeling like you work at a dead-end job and that you are stuck in this rat race of life. And when it comes to money or financial matters, your cash and valuables might actually go missing. So be very careful on how you handle your finances when this card appears for you in the reverse position during a tarot card reading. If this card is pulled in the reverse position for a health-related reading, it can signal a time in which you pretend to the world that you are not actually suffering, but you might be experiencing a lot of depression and anxiety deep within. For others, it can also symbolize that you don't have the strength to fight off an illness that currently exists, and a time in which you are shutting yourself out from the world and suffering in some sort of silence. For those who have an old sports injury or suffer from PTSD, it can also signify a reoccurrence of this. So perhaps you find an injury from the past comes back up and you start feeling immense pain and debilitation from this injury, or perhaps you start reliving the trauma of your past and are psychologically unable to escape the traumas of the past. And so that was all I have to say about the Nine of Wands tarot card. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with some of your friends in the tarot community. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care, and bye for now.